Ooh. Why is chat disabled for this stream? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Wait, where am I streaming to? Oh yeah, there it is. No, go back. There we go. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Alright, so what am I doing today? So today I am going over my SINoALICE account, and I felt that it was only best to do it on YouTube because that is where majority of my SINoALICE content has been. It's last minute, so it's not something that I expect people to come into, but I kind of figured, yeah, everyone was doing account reviews, and I'm like, yeah, I should probably do an account review. So yeah, I'm gonna do an account review, and that is where I'll end. I won't end my account now. I plan to end it closer to EOS because copium. So yeah, we're just gonna today. I'm gonna go over all the classes I have, the weapons I have, the nightmares I have, any of the stories that I might have from, you know, having to played SINoALICE for 3.5 years, and I guess my choices of some things, given that I was a GM for 3 of those years in a semi-comp guild. So yeah, to start off, I've been in this game for 15 days. I'm off by a couple of days because there were some days I couldn't play, but I'm glad that I was able to actually capture this before like eventually it ends. I've been a day 1 player. I've played SINoALICE for 6 hours for rerolling because I not only wanted in particular Cindy Breaker, but I also wanted at least another SR weapon, and I spent 6 hours rerolling. And yeah. For those that might be surprised, I know that the day that they announced EOS, they locked up everything, including the ability to purchase Russ. For us as content creators, because it was so last minute, I think they gave us Russ up till November, because we got renewed. So I don't know in a sense if it's good or bad, but the real creators were the only ones with Russ with the rest service up till November. I think everyone's else's would have ended in October. But yeah, I guess they just wanted us to keep at least one more content going in the month of October before the EOS in November. It's just loading. Things are just dying. Anyways, so today what I'm going to do, as I said, I'm going to do an account review, and then at the same time, afterwards, I'm going to go and play on my alt, and my alt will be the one to complete the final chapter of Active Elimination. That will ultimately lock me out of that account. That account is an account that I started a year into SINO, and it's 90% free to play. So for that, my attachment to it is not as deep, but we'll go over the Active Elimination and I'll actually play through it and see how long it is and such, and if I can complete it. But yeah, yeah, there is really nothing left here. I don't know why they still have this, like, come fight in the Coliseum, when clearly, like, I don't know, there's no more Colo, so I don't understand why it's still here. We can't even play Colo. Like, if you go to the top, we can't play Colo. We're stuck in, oh, actually, I'm glad that we actually got to S. At least we ended in S with tier losses, but at least we we ended in S. We're top 50 according to the ranks, which is interesting. But yeah, we had a total of 518 wins and 426 losses. How actually resolved formed to be was that originally a large percentage of my guild came from the same former guild. We were in that former guild for about a year, and then we wanted to move more so because we had some disagreements with the previous guild's GM, and so we just felt it was necessary to move on to a new guild. And long story short, I ended up uprooting 13 members, which includes myself, so 13 in total, out of that guild, and moved it to a shell of one of our members, and we just took over that. We ended up revamping that, and that is how Resolve formed to be. We ended up from there started becoming more competitive, semi-competitive, and we also I guess started using Discord as well for communication, and that's pretty much how we ended up getting there, and that's how we started. The members that stayed with me during this time was Ivy, who continued to be our top healer, Xerxes, who continued to be one of our top minstrels. Both Ivy and Xerxes has also been my sub-GMs through these times as well, and I really appreciate all the help that they have given me during these last and support the last 3 years that we've been together. Alcor showed up 6 months ago. He is another content creator that we have in the guild, and due to circumstances, because of EOS announcement, he left, and then he came back a month before, so last GC, so he rejoined us, and so he's part of Resolve to the end. Napola has always been, how do I explain Napola? Napola has always been one of our strongest paladins and the most vocal. We enjoy having Napola in our guild. That's all we have to say. It's a lot of interesting things, but Napola has always been one of our vocal members who never really held back what was on their mind, and that has always been really helpful, especially when we needed like a second shot caller or last minute shot caller. I knew I could always depend on Nepo to shot call, and they knew their stuff. A lot of paladin suppression apparently, but they continued to grow, and they came with me too from our previous guild. Artifact joined us, I believe, maybe I've been a year and a half ago. He makes a lot of like really interesting stick gifts, and it's been more fun. It's definitely been more fun when Artifact joined. Pure is a member. Artifact also joins every single day, almost the days in Kalo, so it's always nice to see him around, especially because it's always just like, okay, there's only 2 of us, let's go win this. And Artifact was always the one who always kept trying to push for a win, for fun anyways, for a daily. Pure was a healer that showed up with Destrit, and Pierre has always been one of our healers who she was always willing to improve for the betterment of the guild. She was willing to learn. She was willing to she was one of our more so quiet members. There was a couple members that were more so quiet, which I didn't mind at all. It's like we knew they would be there in GC, and they were always there, and it was really nice to talk to them. But I enjoyed having Pure in our guild. But yeah, thank you, Pure, for playing and for sticking around. Spicy is he came by when we needed a sorcerer, and so he offered to help, and he actually does not know how to play SINoALICE, but he was willing to help and pick up when needed during GC matches, so he always showed up. And yeah, he always listened to my SINoALICE stories, which ended up how he got interested in SINoALICE, even though it wasn't like a major interest. Like, he never did any of the dailies. Like, I had to do the dailies and make sure the maintenance of the account was great. I knew for sure, like, if I asked him, hey, yes, can you show up, he'll show up, hopefully. Yeah, Arya has one of our members that I started to early on when they joined. Like, it was I depended on their experience, especially competitive experience and grid building, to help improve the rest of the members' guilds. Like, they knew their stuff, and so I was always hoping to ask advice, kind of thing, in addition to strats. Before I ended up doing a lot of the strats, like just doing it on my own, not really needing some seeking out advice. Arya was always there to say, oh, let's try using this grid, let's try using this strategy, or let's go and let's see if we can it's like, and they're also I don't know what to say. They're always also looking out for other members as well, in a sense where, like, if they see that there's an area where they can improve, they reach out to me, and I would I don't notice these things because I'm always focused on the front lines, kind of thing. I don't know so much the back end, even though I was a sort for a short period of time. They were there, they were able to point out if there was points where needs improvement, and so I reached out to those members, and it's just okay, finding a way to help them improve their grid, kind of thing. And yeah, both the Xerxes and Ivy as well has also helped me with that too, where they notice areas where we could improve on. It's just okay, I would be able to they would reach out to me, and I would reach out to the member, and it's okay, let's see what we can do to improve your account kind of thing. Just because, just so that you can catch up with the rest of us. Blackwell joined maybe, I would like to say 6 months ago as well. They came back. They originally had left SINO, but then after they came back, and they were always there even after they joined. They were always there during call-out. They were always there to like heal, sometimes manually as well, even though everyone else was casual. And for me, like everyone who showed up during call-out, like I really appreciate their willingness to show up to daily call-out, even if, like, let's say for example, we weren't actually fighting, because at the same time it's just nice to be able to chat with people and like see if we can actually win with, like, I don't know, 2 vanguards and 2 healers showing up. It's great. But Blackwell has always been there as support and also as a great healer as well. Even though, like, grid wise it looks like Blackwell has the weakest grid, it's just like they definitely helped out, and like they were definitely like really helpful in other areas other areas. I don't know what to say. I really enjoy having Blackwell in the guild, and I'm very glad that they chose to reach out to me in terms of joining Resolve when we needed a new healer. Cryo is Cryo, I guess, is our rock in terms of our guild, where he knew his stuff. I always knew for sure he was able to show up. He was always there when we needed, he was always there when we needed him to be, when we needed him. He was also our sorcerer that was always there. They were very rarely absent, other than the fact that when they passed out sleeping. But I always knew Cryo would be there. And he also near the end, he also helped me, helped us with shot calling, especially in-game typing. And his grids are very strong. He knows how to build his grids, and that has been really helpful, especially since I think out of all of our sorcerers, he's the one with the most knowledge in terms of book building or grids for sorcerers. And so that knowledge has been really useful when it came to helping to improve the grids for both our 2 other sorcerers, being Dyed and Spicy. And yeah, really, really, really enjoy Cryo being in the guild. I don't think if Cryo were to leave, I don't know who I would ever possibly replace him. And he also sings in PC. It's great. Would listen to it to calm my nerves. Yeah, both before and after Calo. And yeah, Dyed is always one of our committed members as well. Dyed, and we had there were worse Dyed has always been one of our committed members, where it's they were always farming events. We knew that they would be there. If they weren't able to be there, they were willing to find an alternative so that they would still be able to support when provide they would find a way so that they can be there during GC. They were running co-ops. They actually completed all 600 co-ops for the autumn event, actually. And they were free to play, but they also were very active in terms of the game itself. Yeah. I'm not sure if Dyed came. I don't know if Dyed was part of the original Resolve. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. Deathstrike, as I mentioned, came with Pure. One of our members that just have to constantly just tell to wake up, but you know they're there. They even though like their grids is more so like attack focused, they always seem to have a really good deep like death buffs. I don't know why. I don't know how, but like it's just like I remember having talks with him about, oh, can you make your grid more attack leaned because your attack score is not the best? Then he's like, I'm doing my best, but I don't know why I'm number 1 in death. And it's just like, I don't know either. But yeah. Deathstrike also had some paid nightmares as well, which we would use if we didn't have any bells available. Oh, having said that, let's scroll back here. Alright, so artifact, like, okay, going back like this way. Okay, so Ivy, thank you for being our Leon. Xerxes, thank you for being our, like, Ivy, thank you for being our consistent Leon. Xerxes, thank you for being our consistent Loiza. Nepo, thank you for like doing every single conquest and being our jack of all trades in terms of conquest nightmares. Like they had all the conquest nightmares, and it's like if we didn't have a nightmare, it's like most likely Nepo had it if it was conquest. So it was really helpful, especially when we had like those chimera points where it's like chimera only showed up once. Yeah. Thank you, Artifact, for being our Kuno, as in third Chimera summoner. Thank you so much. For getting Chimera It has been amazingly helpful. Let's see. Blackwell, thank you for being our consistent salt. Spicy has always been our consistent Atha. Cryo was our consistent Envy. I think he and Nepo was the only 2 members that ever got Envy. So trying to balance, so they were like just locked in for Envy. No other nightmares. Just here. Envy. That's it. Please. But at the same time, like Cryo would always play snails. Always play snail. If it was during an off day, and it's like, it's why not? Died, thank you for picking up Daphne. Thank you for, I know you don't do conquest often, but thank you for doing that conquest in particular for Daphne, just so that we were able to so that we had Daphne in the beginning. Thank you, Sora, for being Areka. And having said that, actually, Sora was also one of our members that I believe came from the original group. Sora was there was also one of those members that was always there every single day in GC. And in Kalo. Not just GC, everyone was there in GC. Thank you everybody for showing up for GC every single day. And for answering my pings. Thank you. Sora has always showed up during matches, and despite being one of our, I guess, lowest CP minstrels, they always did try to work it out. It's just that Sinnoh luck has unfortunately not been on their side, but they were also willing to improve their grids and take advice and actually improve the grids, even though Drago was part of our guild for I think about a year, and then after he left 6 months ago, and then after that, when EOS was announced, he came back because he wanted to experience the last chapter of active elimination. So having the fact that it was just like we had an option of whether we wanted, I had the option of either going for power, or if Drago was wanting to come back, I don't mind Drago coming back, because it's just like, well, if he wants to come back, why not? He helped me with when he joined. He provided a lot of like tips on how to do strat, and those tips was things that I then carried over to my future planning. just because like he was a strategist in his previous skill, and he had all these like methods that he came up with, or methods that he have seen, and he wanted us to, and he was able to provide those methods to us, and it was basically up to us whether or not we adapt to them. There's some that we were able to adapt. I think, I'm not sure, delayed swing was one of them, and then after there was pre-heals coming out of skirmish, and yeah. Yeah, thank you, Drago, for coming back and for spending the last like 2 months with us in Resolve. And I think that is all 15 members. We also do have honorary members as well, being thank you to Tyler for always helping us with pilots and for coming in with all those shot calls that we needed. Thank you to Mia at the very end, who always helped, who also helped with pilots as well. Thank you, Tico, for always like with all the advice that you have also given us as well. Especially because there were, when Tico showed up, Tico noticed that we also didn't, I think noticed that we didn't like have many, like we didn't actually have strats at all. So I think he helped us he helped me at least pave the way to actually start putting up strats so that we would do better in matches. Halo, thank you, Halo, for always piloting for us, or like helping out with strats. Like he helped refine our nightmare or a rotation, which has been very helpful as well. Who else? Let's see. I can't see from the back of my head who else. But we've also had many members along the way as well who has helped us along the way. Hello. So yeah. So I've gone through that member list. Every single member that I've had in Resolve. Not every single member. There have been members that have, unfortunately, due to circumstances, various circumstances, whether on our part or they just were burnt out, had to leave. So yeah, in the end, this is the roster that we had going into the last 2 GCs. Yeah, hello. So I guess from here, what we'll do is I will go through all the characters that I have, and then the weapons, and then the armor, and then the nightmares. Let's see, where do I go? Upgrade classes? Let's see, I need to sort this by character. So, what was my first character? My first character was Cinderella. Cinderella Breaker. There is all that reroll. Yeah, I'm not all that reroll. Just take a Cinderella. And what was my last class actually? You can tell that I have like 951 TC, and that's because I forgot to pull at the very end. I'm so sorry. The last one I got was Alice Gunner? Yeah. Alice Gunner was the last one that I got. And let's go to character now. So character, these are all of my Alices. There was no particular like character that I was always trying to chase. Originally it was Red, but eventually it just kind of tapered off because I couldn't just like justify pulling for character when I wanted to improve my grids, especially because at some point in time I made that jump from being a sorcerer to becoming a crusher, which is a big jump, and it's a jump that I would not have recommended for anyone unless you had like the financial like ability to. It took a lot of catching up. Just so that I could catch up to some sort of degree in terms of being a good crusher. So I just kind of abandoned my chase for characters. So my Alice collection, I think my favorite Alice, out of all of these, let's see, which one would be my favorite Alice? Which one would be my favorite Alice? Let's see. I think my favorite Alice would be the WGC one. Let's go to the codex. I think my favorite Alice would have definitely been the WGC one. The WGC one was really nice. Ah! There's no image! Yay! Anyways. There we go. The WGC Alice. That one came with the first Grand Colo, and it's World Grand Colo, and it's just like I've most of the time used it. I used her as my like front screen character for a long period of time. She just looks really cool. And then after that would be Snow. I don't actually have a lot of Snow. I'm not like a Snow collector or anything. I know I'm a player that was previously in my guild that collected every single Snow. Like every single Snow. And it was like, oh wow, that's a lot of dedication. But yeah, he was just chasing for Snow. He got every single Snow, and yeah. Great collection. I think my favorite Snow would be game. I can't tap it, but it's the kimono one. No, this one. Yeah. Why can't I tap that one? The International Snow. The International Snow looks really nice. I remember when they announced International class, it was great. I have a very large red population because as I said, like I used to start collecting reds. And so I really like a lot of Red's design. The one that I enjoy the most being this Tiger Sorceress one. Like I remember drawing her as once of my fan art. I never really finished it, but like I really love the design of this, and it makes her look young, but at the same it makes her look like a young sorcerer that's just like ready to like say like, oh, I'm so sorry I did that. But it also has a murderous intent, because you know, fun times. But she looks innocent, but she's also deadly. I'm only missing a couple of reds. The only other one that I enjoy, like the other red that I liked was the reality one. Just because like she has a really nice jacket, and it's like she looks cool. She looks very cool. And then after that, we get to Cinderella. Cinderella, there wasn't many design. It didn't pull for Cinderella a lot. Unfortunately. And I can't tell why I can't click them. But I think the Cinderella that I liked the most was probably the Divine one or the Mother one, just because it's something that's just like design wise I liked the Divine, and it's just like one is more so casual and the one is just more like divine. That's part of the name. Pinocchio. I didn't have many Pinocchios. I actually have a lot of Pinocchios. What am I saying? How did I get so many Pinocchios? Well, I got a lot of Pinocchios. I can't choose which one was my favorite Pinocchio classes. Probably the demon one. The demon one is really cool. I mean, look how extravagant that is. Yeah, that's my favorite Pinocchio. Oh, Pinocchio class. Little Mermaid, I also didn't really focus on, which is why I'm missing a lot of mermaid classes. I like the maid. I can't click it. Come on. Where do I click? How come I don't click this? Hello? Let me click something. Please don't. Please. Please. Why? It's not letting me click. But anyways, the maid detective one, that mermaid was really cool. I really like the design. The weapon was also really matched her as well. And then we get to Gretel. I didn't collect many Gretels again, but as a sorcerer, actually, they're not just gonna let me click in these. I liked. I would like to say the demon one as well. I like the demon one. That or the Yukata one. Those two are the nice. I like those Gretel designs. Sleeping Beauty. I'm only missing a couple classes for Sleeping Beauty, but I can't click on anything anymore. I guess they stopped loading for me. The bed one, the one where she's just like a giant bed. She's just sleeping in a giant coffin bed. Like that one was really cool. I would like to be able to show that, but it's not working for me. And then we have Kaguya. Kaguya was never really interested in design, I'm sorry. But Kimono class, probably. Kimono class. Or Christmas. The Christmas one is also very nice. The Christmas one was also nice too. Yeah. And then we have the Nier ones. I actually didn't get near the Crusher one during the rerun. I only got near the original one, and then after that I don't think I really pulled because I think I was waiting for Replicant, which came after or something, and that's why I didn't really pull that much on that banner. I ended up like just skipping that class, I'd say. And then we get into the Dorothy's. When Dorothy came out, the bear is definitely the best one. I know that Nepo, when Nepo was running as SP Battery, Nepo just kind of like, okay, we're gonna play bear. I want to be bear. I want to be bear. And I'm like, okay, you can be bear because we're versing a very weak guild. You can be bear. And it's just like, Nepo, you can change over to the... And she was already switched over to the bear. It's like, ah, yes. Thank you for reading my mind. She's a bear now. The Nutcracker. I have all the Nutcrackers, surprisingly, but I think everyone would have had all the Nutcrackers. I don't think there was anything that was like gotcha Nutcracker, from what I can tell. All of them were like freebies or welfare ones, so okay. The Little Piggies, the 3 Little Piggies. The one I liked the best for the 3 Little Piggies is the Sorcerer one, which I actually don't have. It's the one where, like, if you look on the top left hand side, that art that I commissioned there, that is the Piggy Sorcerer design that I asked, hey, can you draw my character in that costume or that outfit? And so they did a really good job with that, and so that would be my favorite 3 pigs design, like costume design that I enjoyed. But unfortunately I never got the class till the very end. Aladdin, the kid Aladdin with the looks that looks like he's so cool. That Aladdin is probably the best Aladdin that I like the character of, the outfits of. Then we get into Replicant. I didn't have, like, look at my, like, lack of Aladdin glasses. I'm sorry, I didn't chase Aladdin at all. No, not at all. I'm sorry. Maybe for the stats. Near the end, it was more so chasing for stats, but not so much character. Replicant. I have, like, the Arcana for this boy, but I don't have the class. Like, great. Alright, fine. But I do have both of her, but I didn't get any of the classes. I was trying to, but I never got them. And then the Rapunzels. There's like a giant gap of like no Rapunzels just right here. It's just like, I never really chased Rapunzel. There was no need for me to chase Rapunzel unless I was chasing for stats. Like, I think all of these were like, except for this one, which was HP, I didn't even like chase the pop idol gotcha. So I'm missing a lot of Rapunzels. The summer one is nice though. Then after we got the Code Geass ones, and the only one I didn't get was Cece, and I think I needed Cece, or I wanted Cece for stats, but I never got her. Oh well. I got all the other ones though. And then we go Hamelin. Didn't get many of Hamelin's too, but the demon one is definitely an interesting one, and any of the Yukata one was also really nice too. Yeah. Didn't really, again, chased for stats, not so much design. We got the ReZero one, where I got Rem and Ram, but I never got Emilia. Different banner and poor luck. Yeah. Then we got the Brave Final Fantasy, I believe. Final Fantasy? No, sorry. Reinhardt. Reinhardt I never got too. Sorry, I never got Reinhardt too. I'm sorry. I thought it was... Yeah, moving on. Little Match Girl was the character that I tried chasing for after or during Red. Like if I could pick 2 characters that I was chasing for, it would be Red and Little Match Girl. And so Match, I'm only missing like 3 classes. The one I like for Match the most is definitely either Demon or the WGC one. Those 2 classes are really, really cool. I really like them, and I really like their design. I like the Christmas one too, but I never got it, so I never got to see it. But I can always probably see it on the database, granted that the database isn't shut down. Please and thank you. Yeah, these 2 are also replicant ones, I believe. And then after that is Rose and Maiden, which you can tell I did not really pull Rose and Maiden for, because I just got the ones I needed and that's it. And then the slime event was very early on, and I did not allocate my TC enough during that time. Like, I was playing, but I was not allocating my TC, so I never really got any of the classes for the slime event. And so my multiplier was really low, and I didn't really score that high during that event. But yeah, this is why I don't have any single slime. Huh. I don't have any single slime characters. I see. Okay. I see how it is. I didn't really start spending on Sinnoh until like year 1. And then things went like downhill. But yeah. First year was great. First year I didn't spend much at all. It's okay. I only got Russ and that was it. Yeah. Second, after first year was when, yeah. Black Butler. I got what I needed and that was it. Except for Elizabeth. I never got Elizabeth, so I missed up on that combo weapon. Kakiguri. Only got the characters I needed and that was it. Didn't really need anything else. Full Metal Alchemist. I tried. That's all I gotta say. I tried. I got the ones I needed though. I got a King Bradley. I got an Al. I think I was supposed to get either Roy or Lus to be able... Envy? No, Lus. To be able to get the stats, but I ended up never getting her. And yeah, that's the end of my characters. I'm still missing a lot. I only had 327 characters out of the 492. Why can't we get to 500 before we end? Why couldn't you just get to 500? Oh well, whatever. Anyways, moving on to the weapons. Let's not do it here. Let's just do it over. Let's just... I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. Let's go to my grids. Actually, my top grid being my 655k Crusher, and then after my Sork grid being, even afterwards, being 579k. You can see that there's a drastic difference. And the reason for that is because, like, at some point when I swapped over, like, obviously when I swapped over from Sorcerer to Crusher, I stopped building my Sorcerer grid. Like, I tried for maybe the first 3 months trying to build both, just in the event I do swatch back to Sorcerer. But in the end, it was just like, well, I already built this grid anyways for, like versus, so I might as well just continue that. So I never really continued building on my Sorcerer grid at all. And yeah. But let's see. Fuse match. Let's go with hammers. Actually, by Piatek. Reset. I don't know how I can show all these. But I've had a lot of... I don't have... Like, I would like to say that I've tried pulling for a single copy of weapons a lot. But once I get that single copy, I don't build on Limit Break. And it was very prominent during the first and second year-ish that you wanted to pull for Limit Breaks. And the reason for that, having said that, Died has a lot of, focused on Limit Breaks. Like, she had the most Limit Breaks I've seen from any of my members. And it's just like, wow, that's so impressive. Congratulations. Because, like, for me, like, I've only chose, like, I went the route where I only get one copy, and I don't really build on Limit Breaks. During this first and second year, it was ideal to build on the Limit Breaks, because otherwise, those weapons that you get one copy of could be easily filtered out, so you don't end up using them after like maybe 2 months. But if you limit break them, then those are good, because then after the effects are then after you get the stats, and they add to CP. But CP became less of a major concern because it became more of a what does this tome do kind of thing. And so that meta shifted later on, where it became more about what kind of tomes you had as opposed to whether or not they were limit broken and your CP. And that was a shift that was a little bit harder, I guess, for me anyways, to adjust to, because I could be like, oh, this guild is like only 300k below us, we should be able to beat them. But no, they had stronger grids than us because their grids were built to the newer meta, where it's just like they had skill levels that were 4 and 5, while we still had, even though we had like higher CP, like our weapons were still like we're still maybe level 3 and 4. So it took some adjusting and to like stop caring about CP. But yeah. I would like to say this weapon is something I really enjoyed the design of, because like, look at it, it's an hourglass. It's an hourglass. This is really cool, it's an hourglass. I think this is the one that I liked. I like the design. At the very end anyways, I really like that design. Everything else was just like, eh. Shovel has always been consistent. Okay, for those I've always, like, for those guilds that I've faced, I'm just letting you know, I've always had Shovel in my grid. It doesn't even matter if, like, there was most likely a chance that, like, my guild would win. I always had Shovel in my grid. I don't know why. I never really built a grid without a Shovel, even though it's, like, in comparison to my other weapons, it's probably the weaker one, because, like, it hasn't been updated. It was never LL, but it was always in my grid. I know if more competitive members would switch to a grid of like advantage, disadvantage, and disadvantage, where you put your disadvantaged weapons like Shovel, but mine's like I just had like SC and AoE. There was no like disadvantage AoE, advantage AoE. If it was disadvantage, like I had Shovel, I had the shell weapon in my grid, and like they were just like staples there. There was nothing, like I would not replace them. So yeah, did I miss out? Probably, maybe. Did I regret it? No. Yeah. So fun times. There was always Shovel in my grid. I'm sorry. The chocobo weapon. Yeah. There wasn't really much, and then we got to the S's. Actually, let's go to all of my L's and my S's, R's. Yeah. Any of the UR weapons have been pain to me. And the reason why they've been pain to me is because just getting them was horrendous. Like, this is my first UR weapon. I never got the first UR set. I never got a weapon from the first UR set, like on the first run. When this came out, I just remember just going like, I need that weapon. I need it. I'm sorry, I need it. And it's just like, bad choices were made. You know, I ultimately got the weapon, so, you know, no harm done. I had to make sure it was on my grid, though. I had more. I'm not sure if this issue was like for other crushers, but I had more UR swords than I had UR. Like, I had more UR swords than I had for UR hammers. And I'm like, why? What am I going to use these UR swords for? I'm not going to use them because for farming, you're not gonna need them. So why? Like, there's even a bow that was like 1 to 2 turns. Like, why? Anyways, it was also very interesting, like in terms of call-outs, to see the meta change. Imagine being a part. Hello, Nola. I also did mention that one of the members that used to be part of Resolve has all the snows available. And I was like, I remember saying at that moment that I was like, wow, wow, that is very impressive. But yes, hello. But yeah. I hope you're well. But yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going over a review of my account right now because, you know, why not have something to preserve it when things end? I never had a complete collection of any character, but yeah. I did not know how to really build my grid, or actually, no. Yeah, so the meta for Sinnoh changed drastically from being more about wins to being more about life force. I think after like the first year, it became more so about life force, which is why people are like, oh, let's go ST farm, let's start building ST grids. So it's like just life force. And that, I don't think, was something that like PokeLabo anticipated would end up being the case, but you know, Global ended up doing their own like, yes, life force is what we want to do in order to get top. Let's go. So life force became more so the meta, more so than wins. Which conflicted with those that ended up not caring so much about life force, with just playing casually and like just winning. Which ended up also leading to some guilds just not cooperating. Or cooperating really well, and they're led to be collusions of like guilds that like, yes, let's do this so that we can end up getting this amount of life force for you and this amount of life force for me. It was not, people did like, it was it was condoned, question mark, like people were penalized. People were originally like, I'm not sure if they were penalized for collusion, but eventually it's just like, well, unintentionally collusion happened, and that's how meta is. Like, we don't talk to each other. It's like the guilds end up not talking to each other. You know, it's like the guild that was weaker is like, we're at this guild that's going to be farming us at their mercy, so let's just play along, let's go ST. There's no point of us getting AoE because like we're just gonna get smoked. So, and it wasn't collusion at this point, you know, because everyone was doing it, you know. Yeah, I mean, you tried to at least build your grid 4 tomes with whatever was remaining from snow, but I felt like your ultimate goal was to just have the best snow collection, or the most complete snow collection, which like I wasn't going to like say no to, because that was also part of the reason probably why you continue to play Sinnoh, because you want to collect all the snow, and why would I stop you from collecting snow? But as long as you were hopefully building your grids, I'm like, okay, that's fine. So we'll just make do with what we have. Yeah. And that lasted for like a long period of time too, but I wasn't gonna like push someone to like change their play style unless like it got really, really bad. So yeah. Because it was a Yoko Taro game? Yeah, a lot of people actually played Sinnoh because it was a Yoko Taro game. And then after, okay, you started Sinnoh because it was a Yoko Taro game, and then after that it developed into, because you loved the snow character, that's where you started trying to get all the snows. Okay, yeah. I think a lot of people started playing this game also because it was a Yoko Taro game. Yeah. I don't really have much to show in my weapons. Like, there's not much. Like, there's like spears, but mostly just like blades and such. Where is reset? Oh, that's why. This is all Vanguard such. My stats though? Nice stats. Oh, yeah, the armor. Yeah, I don't know about these I don't know about, like... Yeah! These armors were pain, but it ends up getting easier in the end when the drop rates were improved. But for, like, a short period of time, the drop rates for these were pain. I never got some of these. Like, I didn't even get, like, the Rose and Maiden one to, like, any higher. Like, I know it's SR, but, like, you know, getting these to, like, there was a period of time where it's just like very hard to get like they get arcanas. It was a lot of farming. It was a lot of farming with tickets. It was a lot of multipliers chasing just so I can get like a max stat L armor. Yeah. And like the thing was the armor is that armor was something that like would not be replaced for maybe a couple months. Weapons could get replaced the month after, but like armor got replaced very rarely until the end. No, actually, even at the end, there was like the best armor that we had in the game were mostly collab armor. I feel like most of the best armor we had was from collab, and then everything else was just like inferior in comparison. But yeah, a lot of chasing. Now, let's see. My nightmare collection is this, I guess this shows what this is more evidence of where my spending went. This is more so like this is more like evidence that can be used against me about how much I've spent on SINoALICE. Because if you look, if it was ever brought up like which one of these are like paid, it's a couple of them. Like let's say for example, this 3rd anniversary, you know, is paid, and this is also like the type of nightmares here is also where like me as a GM, it felt like I had to, it didn't feel like I had to, but I felt compelled to pretty much get every single paid nightmare that could potentially make a difference in match, just so that we can expand the amount of summoners that can be used for a single nightmare. And so if Nepo was the jack of all trades for conquest nightmares, I was the jack of all trades of all paid nightmares. And I didn't chase for like limit breaks or anything. I just chased for like just getting one copy. So let's say for example, I got one copy of like anniversary, you know, I got one copy of Mimi at the very end. Just because it was like, oh yeah, we have another Envy now. So you can call me for Envy if you wanted to. So there is that. I can't remember if... No, Reika was gacha ones. Salt was one that was paid, and I like... Yeah, I got Salt. This Teddy one, which I never used, was also believe I was paid. Like, I got some paid nightmares that I never used, like, at all. But, you know, it felt like I, in a way, like, as a GM, I was like, I feel like I need to, because, like, it opens up the opportunity to play another nightmare, even though I ended up playing just a nightmare that was gacha. So yeah, like Jelly was also a paid nightmare as well. Any of the bells, like Rakone was a paid nightmare. Natsu was a paid nightmare from what I could tell, from what I can remember. This nightmare, which was a defense nightmare, was also a paid nightmare. Loiza was a paid nightmare. And it's just like, I have all these collections of paid nightmares, and it's just like, well, here we go. No, Dryas Yuno was a paid nightmare. Yeah. I have nothing to say, I guess, extra, but yeah, there was a a couple of paid nightmares that I got just because, in a sense, I felt like I should get them. I wasn't gonna obviously, like, another thing was I wasn't going to try and like tell my members like, hey, yeah, can you, like, I have, where it's just like in the later end, I didn't want my members, especially the free to play ones, to spend money on a game if they were just gonna be free to play. Like, if possible, I'll be like, can I donate to you and like you can spend my money to get this nightmare, because I want you to have this nightmare. If I get it, it got to the point where I got so many nightmares that even if I got a new nightmare, it wouldn't change the rotation. I needed someone else to get the nightmare, even though I ended up getting the nightmare too. So it's like I was like, can I donate to you and can you get this nightmare, because I would like someone else to get the nightmare and I feel like you're the best candidate to get that nightmare. So that you can, but that would also mean I would lock them, I would subsequently lock them into that nightmare in particular in rotation, which, yeah, that was what I was willing to do. I was willing to donate to my players just to like get the nightmare. So that it didn't, yeah, I could call on them. Yeah. So, otherwise, like, I had a very large nightmare collection. Of paid nightmare collection. Oh dear. There are some that I missed, but it is what it is. Support classes. Support classes. I got a lot of support classes, I would like to say. I tried to also chase supports when I needed to, just because, like, why wouldn't I want 2%? Why wouldn't I want 3%? That's unfortunately how like the meta mindset was, where it's just like, oh yes, let's go 4% and 4% and let's say, for example, 2% support call out. Yeah, gotta do that. Or like near the end, it was more so wind weapons. That was more so like the meta. So I was just like chasing only the wind percentages, not so much the water and fire. But this support classes, when I was making that switch from Sorcerer to Crusher, was very hard because I only had the supports, most of the supports for Sorcerer, not so much for Crusher. So I was behind in terms of support classes. And /war trying to fill for both, which I would not have recommended for anybody. Yeah. Let's see, what else is there? Tomes? I guess, for tomes. I mean, for tomes, like, I got the UR for tomes faster than I could get the, because at the time I was still a sorcerer when they came out, so I was chasing more so for the tome UR than I was for the crusher UR, and I ended up getting the tome one, but not so much the crusher one. And that hurted when like I ended up switching to a crusher because the tome UR I never ended up using. Yeah, afterwards. But I have some LL weapons in terms of tome, but I don't have many. Yeah. The Kraken was always really good weapon. This was from one of the events. And you know, this was a hard weapon to ever replace. Yeah. What was mine? I don't know. I did almost try to get all the demons. Oh no, actually I did get all the demons. I can't tell if I limit broke them all though. But I did get majority, if not all of the demons. Shinma classes. So nice stats. Nice stats. Near the end, I also tried to build a mixture of grids. Like, try to build a healer grid, try to build a paladin grid. It was never really successful, but you know, fun times. I really like also the red, like ever since the demon red came out, like I just have demon red character on my front page, and that has not changed at all. She looks really, really cool and dangerous, but like very, very cool. This present box will never be like this present box, it will never clear out. Like I have tried to get to the end of it and it has never worked. Like at first during shooting galleries, it would always be full. And I would clear at the very end. But then it was always continue to be full whenever I do like pulls, like weapon pulls. Like there's no gotchas now, but like it would just keep building on, and I was like, it's at 99 plus again. I should clear it out. Clears it out, it doesn't stay that way for even a week before I go back to 99. It's just like, right, I'm not gonna bother. Like none of these weapons expire, so you know, it's fine. And if there was armor in there, well, the armor has all expired. Oops. My bad. Let's see. Character tree. I didn't finish many of the character tree. I didn't finish a couple character trees, but I did finish all the important ones to me. So that was fine. The tracking keeps messing up. I'm sorry. But yeah. If I were to click limit break class, would this load? Yes. Now, would it? I was finding this issue before where it's like in the event, the metal shop actually would like slowly lag in the event shop because of how many classes there were. Like how many items in the metal shop there were. So, yeah. Okay. Actually, one thing that I didn't cover yet is probably items. When this game ends, I would have 709 royal tickets, 121 skip tickets, 49,492 charm medals, 6 drop vials that are set to expire, 145 brand medals, 287 friend medals. Granted, those actually only picked up like maybe in the like close to 3rd year, because that's when I actually like, you know, focused on it. Otherwise I was usually balancing on like 10. Enough. Anyways. 46 EXP vials, 232 of EXP vials for 10 minutes, 6 drop vials, 67 drop vials for 10 minutes, 219 gold vials for 10 minutes, and none for... I used up all the 30-minute gold vials because that actually counted, but like it was easy just to farm those. But I didn't really do the vials for the other ones. I'm sorry. It was very hard. Like, if you had Rust, it was very hard to like chip at those items. It was very hard. Unless you were like attentively playing like every hour or every minute, it was, or like leave it just there, because you always have to purify, and purification was one of the more trickier parts, I guess. If we could have auto-used the ticket just to purify whatever we had, I would have greatly used it. I would have been able to use up all 1,888 purification tickets that I had. If I could just have used it automatically, I would have enjoyed having that feature, but oh well. 5,689 gladiator medals, 13k dragon claws, 3.9k scales, 1.1k eye, 1.3k giblet. I remember when those were very rare. 12k claws, 3k scales, 855 eye, 1.4k giblet, 13k claw, 2.9k scale, 269 eye. Given that like closer to the end, wind was the meta. Like you needed a lot of dragon eyes just to like yeah, it was a lot of wind. 1.2k giblet, 868 shackles, 8 flames, which I probably will not ever use, 9.9k feathers, 6.3k wings, and 368 crowns. And I remember when crowns were a pain, and that's why everyone started chasing like shooting gallery, because that's where you got crowns, because like we were always lacking crowns, especially when L armor came out. You needed crowns. You needed a lot of crowns. In addition to masks, you need a lot of masks. 755 bird mask, 1.1k eggs, fire, water 1.3, wind 1.1, facade 1.1, fur 1.9, yada yada yada. Oil for beast oil, plant oils, serpent oil, dragon oil. No, blood. These are all blood. What am I saying? Yeah, dragon blood. I don't have that much. Okay, and then these are the Arcanas I actually never got the Arcana level 1 for, and I can't for the life of me figure out where I had to get them. Oh well. And then there's a boy one for the Arcana that I mentioned before. Cores for shell weapons. I didn't do much conquest compared to other members, but I did enough, I guess, to warrant at least getting my shell weapon to something. Sin medals, which I won't touch because it doesn't really matter anymore. Coliseum Grimoires, they should have updated that at some point. SR guarantee ones, I really didn't do that either because the weapons weren't that great in my opinion. More Arcanas, keys, all vials, that doesn't matter anymore. All of these are more silver Fallout Alchemist, black iron medals because there was nothing to redeem for. Hamelin, more cores, Purified Rapunzel, these for evolving, never got around to it. Royal Creator medals, 11 of them. More cores. Upgrade characters. More purification books. More purification books. More purification books. More cores. Keys, never used. Oh. I should have used this. Wait, I can... Wait, huh? Hold up. Stop. The server is like breaking. Oh. Huh? I guess I never got that. Oh. Huh. Oh, it's one of those instances where it's just like I redeemed the Arcana and then I didn't realize that I didn't have the class. Oops. Yeah, that happened once with Divine Alice. I got 3 Arcanas and I didn't have the class, and I tried to ask for a reversal and it was not went through because it was a human error. Oopsie. Let's see. What else is there? Friends? I kind of wish this, yeah. Friends? Following? Following list? Hey, it's Mia. And then various members that I've seen throughout the years. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I never really got a complete 200, but it's fine. Everybody's here. Everybody's here. But yeah, thank you everybody for being a part of my SINoALICE journey. Whether I bumped into you and for being as recruiting you or as part of Resolve, or be bumping into you in terms of co-op, it's been a pleasure to fight alongside you or against you in Scalo. Yeah. Some of my members in particular have already started to complete the final chapter. So, yeah. I think what we'll do now is that I'm going to go and play the final chapter on my alt, and we'll take it from there. 10-10 of Russ. Yay. I don't think there's really much to say left about this. Just that my weapons has, my weapons. I think out of everything, the area that showed me where, I most spend the money was Nightmares. And then where it shows that, one second. Where it showed that, like, I spent, like, I pulled the most would be characters. So, yeah. Oopsie, my bad. I was going to turn it on, and then after I hit something. Oopsie. So, I'm just going to cut this for now. Oh. And let's see if I can connect it again. But yeah, I don't know if what. Oh, it's just crashed. Oh. Let's see. I don't know if my account will be strong enough, but we'll see. My alt account that I've played is one that I focused more so as a paladin. So it's a paladin class. It's in a guild named Infernos. It is a guild that I basically just kind of chilled at just because they didn't have they weren't really strict. They weren't strict in terms of attendance and all. So yeah, I have 2.2k crystals here. What am I doing? But I tried to build a paladin because I wanted to build a crusher. The next one I was like, if I'm going to build another job, it will be a crusher. I mean, it will be a paladin. I only got to I got 185k. I got 185k M attack for this, which is impressive given that it started a year after, in my opinion. And the only thing with this is that I only ever got, I think I got Atha on this and Reika. There were some nightmares in here, mostly the classes. Actually, what is my inventory like on this? 129 royal skip tickets. Because I did get rust on this. I did end up trying to get rust on this just because I needed, because I found that it was a very hard time as a new player just to catch up, and like why? It was very, because I didn't have many weapons to LL. I wasn't building like 2 grids as I was on my main. But it was very hard as a new player to catch up to the meta. And so yeah, I could only do so much. Which is why I ended up getting rust. I did try to do conquest on this. Didn't really do much conquest on this. Yada yada yada. Yeah. But I did get. Also, this is also very nice. The thing is with this one is that I did end up getting 3 little pigs. I got the 3 little pigs. I did not get the 3 little pigs. No. Oh, right. It was another account that I got the 3 little pig sorcerer. Oh. They're still running Conquest. I think it's hilarious that they're still running Conquest. There's still people running. There's still Conquest. I'm like, why? Oh, well. Whatever. But yeah, thank you, Infernos, for letting my account stay here. Yeah. It's been a pleasure part of your guild during the last couple of months. Thank you for letting me chill here. And yeah. And I guess with that, let's continue to the main story. The last chapter. SINoALICE. Let's bring them salvation and free everybody from this land. Alright. Play as bondage. I guess with this, I should go with my main. Oopsie, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Please stop! Oh, wait. Yeah, people started leaving already. Okay, let's get this going.
ずっと不安だった。ここは、この世界は、本当に私の居場所なんだ
This
ろう
constant
か
exile.
と。
Do you want me to read this?
誰かと一緒にいても、常に孤独を感じていた。ぼんやりとした恐怖に苛まれていた。未来のことを考えると怖い。現実と向き合うのが嫌。過去を思い出したくない。逃げたい。
This constant anxiety has been eating at me. I can't help but question if this place, this world, is truly where I belong. Even in the company of others, I grappled by persistent loneliness, haunted by a vague fear. Thoughts of a future scares me. I don't want to confront reality. I don't want to recall the past. All I want is to escape. Let's see if I can speed through the verses. I don't often read SINoALICE story. I'm sorry for not being one of those players that read consistently the story, but for this one I will. Oh wow, there's a golden... That's a golden one. It's a golden crown. Is that for... Oh, that must be for the final one.
「勇気のように佇むアリスの周りで、世界が雨のように溶けて歪んでいく。いつの間にか、彼女の目の前には、巨大な迷路が広がっていた。
I hope it's okay that I read over it.
大変大変。
Oh wait, never mind.
遅刻する。一匹のウサギがどこからか大慌てでかけてくる。人間のように走るウサギはなぜかチョッキを着ていて、手には懐中時計を持っていた。ウサギは大急ぎで迷路の中へと走っていく。それに誘われるようにしてアリスも迷路に飛び込んだ。
As if a ghostly apparition, Alice stood and watched the world around her dissolve, and contour like molten candy, until before she knew it, an enormous maze has materialized before her eyes. Oh, my fur and whiskers! I'm late! Out of nowhere, a rabbit came bolting past, clearly in a state of utter panic, running with an uncannily human gait. It wore a waistcoat and clutched a pocket watch tightly. The rabbit darted into the maze at pace. Feeling compelled to follow, Alice plunged in after it. Leg?
「ウサギを追って飛び込んだ迷路の最初の扉。そこには正義とは何かと美しい字で書かれている。答えられない私は別の道を探すことにした。
Chasing the rabbit into the maze, I met with the first obstruction, a door inscribed with elegant handwriting that read, "What is the true meaning of justice?" Not knowing the answer, I decided to search for another path.
次の扉には卑劣の何が悪いと書き殴られていた。自分の心の中にあるずるい部分を言い当てられた感じがして、私は別の道を探すことにした。
On the next door, someone has scrawled, "What's wrong with a bit of depravity? Sorry. What's wrong with a bit of depravity?" It hit a nerve, as if the devious thought deep within me had been exposed. I opted to find another way. Oh, the verse is going even without it.
"次の扉には虚妄に逃げようと小さな字で書かれていた。現実に向き合えない自分を見透かされた気がして、私は別の道を探すことにした。
The third door had a tiny message. Let us escape into the realm of delusions. My inability to face reality had been laid bare for all to see, so I chose to search elsewhere. So far so good. I'm playing the last chapter of SINoALICE Active Elimination. So ultimately at the very end, it's going to lock me out of my account because of EOS. How are you? a letter. Oopsie. No! Oh no. I clicked too fast. Oh no! I clicked too fast. Oh no, I'm trapped in this. Oh shoot. Okay. One moment. I'm sad. You're sad this game is ending. You loved it a lot. Yeah, I really enjoyed SINoALICE as well, and I'm sad to see it go. Wait a minute. Something else was. Huh. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. I need to go and search there after. Let's try it again. I'm sad to see the game end, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely, I think a large part of it is I'm going to miss the community for this game, more so the game, I guess. Yeah. There's not another game like this too at the same time. It's going to be very interesting. Like at the same time, it's just like 20 minutes. You're gonna have 20 minutes of your day, but at the same time, it's just like yes, SINoALICE having 3 gears in the same game is like it's gonna be hard to replace. The 4th door was defaced with a lazy scribble. Languor is the greatest. Langor is the greatest remedy. I feared being trapped in internal slumber, so I sought another way forward. Oh.
一気に決める。
If you tap too much on the interface, it ends up like
次の扉には暴力は楽しいと幼い子供のような字で書かれていた。なんとなく理解できてしまうことが怖くて、私は別の道を探すことにした。
On the 5th door was childlike handwriting that read, "Brutality is fun! Brutality is fun!" Scared by how much this resonated with me, I continued my search for an alternate route. You're sad to see JP ending January also. You had 3 global accounts and 2 JPs. Ah. Yeah, were you a day one player? Or both games? That's a lot of, yeah, that's definitely a lot of like time, effort, potentially money that you placed in these games, and to see it all end is... It's sad to see something that has been part of our lives go when we least expect it.
次の扉には、飛逆趣味は悪いこと、と流れるような文字で書かれていた。自分の中の暗い部分を引きずり出されるような感じがして、私は別の道を探すことにした。
The sixth door was inscribed with flowing letters that read, "Is craving mass 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 ma massa massa ma 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 masochism. Is craving masochism such a crime? It felt as if my darker impulses were being drawn to the surface, so I kept looking for another path. Global, but not JP. You started when it was doing the DC collab. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. Would you be doing, like, will you do anything that will document or, like, even take screenshots of your account before it all ends, though? Just something that's, like, a memory keepsake. It's not even, like, if you want to anyways. Because that's what I'm doing in this one. I did an account review of what I had in my account. Just so I can be like, well, it'll be here. So if I wanted to, I can always look back on it. Oh, really? I run out of... That's hilarious. Sorry, I ran out of AP. Which I'm very surprised about. What guild were you in? In my main account, I was in Resolve, and in this account here, I was in Infernos. What about you? How many more left? 3 more, let's go.
Tsugi no tobira ni wa 誰かに依存したいと気弱そうな文字で書かれていた。気持ちはわかるけれど、自分の意志で決めたいこともある私は別の道を探すことにした。
On the 7th door was a faint message. I need someone to be the object of my dependence. Though I could emphasize, I also craved the freedom to make my own choices, pushing me to take a different route.
全部倒す。悲哀、探求、老害、暴食、成金、純血、短美、
Oopsie.
豪華。迷路の中の扉には必ず何かの言葉が書かれている。私はどの言葉も受け入れがたくて逃げるように他の道を探した。
Misery, curiosity, senility, gluttony, nouvelle riche, chastity, aesthetics, hellfire. Path after path I traveled, only to feel I would taken the wrong turn. When confronted with each door, none of them felt right for me. So I ran away, again and again and again. Your main guild was Sinners and your alt was Lindel. Ah, I see.
ずっと戦い続けてきた。もう少しで答えが分かりそうなのに。この世界を変えられるのに。出口が見えない。誰か助けてほしい。誰か助けて。
Oh, it's shaking. Oops. Wait, why do I have bunny ears? Oh, this is the end. Yep. There we go. It's the end. Which one is this? There it is. Destroy this cursed library, I beg of you. Why are they asking me to destroy it? I guess this is where it ends. For this account, anyways. This is where it ends. Yeah. I know, the end. This will destroy the game and render it unplayable. Continue? Yep, I guess so. Loading screen of death. Last message for your guildmate. Thank you. Thank you for letting... Till we meet again. Oh. Now what happened here? Oh!
あなたは誰？そうだったんだ。あなたはずっと私と一緒に戦っていたんだね。私を一番近くで見ていたんだね。私は一人じゃなかったんだね。ずっと苦しかった。不安だった。この戦いに何の意味があるのかと疑いを持ってしまったら、全てが終わってしまう気がして。でもちゃんと意味はあったんだ。だからあなたはここに来て私に。
Who are you? Oh, it finally all makes sense. You were always here with me, fighting my battles. You know me better than anyone. I wasn't all alone after all. I struggled for so long, filled with constant doubt and anxiety. I questioned the purpose of this battle, and feared that if I held any uncertainty, everything would come crashing down. But there was a meaning behind it after all. That's why you're here. Why have you come to me? We fight our past.
これはすべて
This is all a manifestation of my deepest desires. It only looked frightening because I feared those desires. My heart was weak, but I'm okay now. I know about all the sorts of desires, so I just need to deal with them head on. I don't need my author or the library. I know I can keep on living. Because I'm not alone. Ah, we're facing each one of them. Let's go. We're facing all 9. All of the desires of which Alice has turned away, she fights one by one to the very end. This is brutality. This is red. This is languor, which is Sleeping Beauty. This is Gretel. I can't remember. JJ's on the 2. Only for a little bit longer. After this, I actually have to head out. But I was because I was figured if I'm going to stream SINoAL, it has to be on YouTube. Because that's where it started, that's where it's going to end. This is snow. This is justice. And this is Alice. And this is where it ends.
Regretなんてしない。これが私の選んだ道だから。今まで一緒にいてくれてありがとう。救ってくれてありがとう。私の名前は
I have no regrets. This is the path I have chosen. Thank you for staying by my side all this time. Thank you for saving me. My name is... I'm actually getting teary-eyed eyes from watching this ending. My name is Yoko Taro. No. My name is Alice. SINoALICE. Oh, it's the ending. There's actually a credits. Oh, wow. Original and creator director Yoko Taro. Thank you everyone from PokeLabo who has put in so much effort into the game which is SINoALICE. It has been a pleasure playing 3 years of this game, 3.5 years of this game, and being able to meet people from around the world. This is the first game that I was a part of a content creator program for, and I really enjoyed the experience. Thank you for creating a community which is the SINoALICE Discord, which then journeyed on to many different sub servers. Yeah. It has been a journey. It has been a very, very journey. My channel here on YouTube has literally my first matches, in addition, like not the last match, but because I didn't record the last match because I didn't realize the last match was there, but it recorded the end as well. It was a dream, really. It was Alice playing the game which SINoALICE. It seemed like. But apparently, if I try to open this now, all worlds have been purified. I can't log into my account anymore. It's wiped. I can't even start a new one. So this is how it ends. Which means technically I can install this game now. But yeah, from what I was told, this ending is that of similarities or exact similarities to that of which the Taiwan server has received. Now, the thing is that in the early beginnings when SINoALICE started, it was noted that all SINoALICE regions, or the different SINoALICE versions, were going to receive a different unique ending. And so there is the community that is aware of that promise is not. We were hoping, like really hoping, that we would get a unique ending. But ultimately, once they saw that it was also a Taiwan ending as well that got it, it was just a little bit disappointing. But at the same time, they're also hoping that the JP ending will be different. And I'm hoping they also get a unique ending as well. But we won't know until January of 2024. I don't have a SINoALICE account in the JP server, but we can only hope that someone is able to record it as well. Someone is able to record it so that we can see the end of what happens, if it is a unique ending. But yeah. Thanks, time for your alt. No, this is my alt, actually. This is my alt account that I have purified the worlds for. I have other plans for my main account. Which is why I have not played the final chapter yet on that one. I will end that account on the day of EOS. Your other alt. No. I have so many alts, so many hand-me-down accounts, that I am not going through all of them. So, yeah. Actually, with this now being completed, I do have to end the stream, because as some know, I am in the midst of packing. I'm going on vacation, so that's why I wanted to get this done today. Never played it, let it sit in limbo forever. Yeah. So, yeah. But otherwise, again, as I said, hello, Panzer. It's been a pleasure playing SINoALICE for the last 3.5 years. It helped me make I have streamed content for it, whether it's been podcast content with the royal creators, creating poll videos, a lot of poll videos, a lot of match videos, a lot of information videos as well for the game. It's been a pleasure being part of the program. This channel started primarily because I needed somewhere to put my SINoALICE videos, and yeah, it's this is where I start and this is where I end for SINoALICE. This channel afterwards will most likely be me just like throwing in some highlight videos from my Twitch channel, which I play other games. So yeah, thank you for sharing your last moments of Sinnoh, even if it was an alt. Thank you for being here and for watching the ending. I knew for sure I wanted to stream the ending for SINoALICE, but because I wouldn't have been able to on my during my trip, and because I was still like I'm still like attached to my main, and I'm like, I don't want to end it yet. I still have 13 days. I still have 13 days to log on and just stare at the character on the screen for another 13 days. So, yeah. But yes, regardless of whether you're planning to end it now on your account, if you play Sinnoh, whether you have already ended your journey in Sinnoh or plan to before EOS, I hope you had a wonderful time, or I hope you had an amazing journey yourself playing SINoALICE, and also connecting with the community, being a part of the community, had a bunch of laughs, even if there were troublesome times, and I hope these memories stay with you for whatever game you decide to play next. And for any members any community players that you have met along the way, may your path with them cross again, unless it's those players that you don't want to. But may your path cross again with players that you want to play with in the future, whether it is on a different mobile game or it's a different game in general. If it's another Yoko Taro game that comes out in the future, granted we have no idea what's coming out in the future, or if there's going to be a global community or a global region for it. Yeah. May our paths cross again. Thank you for playing SINoALICE. Thank you for watching my channel. And yeah, I will see you some other time, hopefully. Thank you for being a part of here for the last 3.5 years, and I'll see you later. Thank you everybody for watching. Remember to stay healthy, stay hydrated. Remember to eat, sleep, drink, do everything happy, because your happiness is important in addition to your health. Remember that if you're part of the SINoALICE Discord, that the SINoALICE Discord is set to dissolve the day of EOS. However, there is plenty of other SINoALICE Discords that have a high chance of actually staying. So yeah, until then, have a wonderful day. Take care. I'll see you later. Bye bye for now. And thank you for watching. Bye.